Ever felt exhausted after spending time with certain people? Could they be draining your energy? Let's delve into the realm of energy dynamics, a realm where certain individuals, known as energy vampires, have the power to drain your vitality. These energy vampires aren't the fanged creatures of folklore, but they're just as ominous. They lurk in the shadows of our daily lives, feeding off our positive energies, leaving us feeling drained and depleted. Dolores, a renowned hypnotherapist and spiritual researcher, extensively studied these energy dynamics. She found that some people have the ability, often unknowingly, to absorb the energy of those around them. These energy vampires can be anyone: a colleague, a friend, a family member, or even a loved one. They're not necessarily malicious, but their presence can have a profound effect on your energy levels, your mental health, and your overall well-being. Just as a vampire of lore thrives on human blood, these energy vampires thrive on the life force of others. They feed off your positivity, your enthusiasm, your joy. You might not see the draining of your energy as visibly as a draining of blood, but you'll certainly feel it. A gnawing fatigue that persists even after a good night's sleep, a sense of heaviness that can't be shaken off, a lack of motivation that seems to come from nowhere. These are the signs that you've been in the presence of an energy vampire. But how do you know for sure? How do you identify these energy vampires in your life? Let's dive in. 7 signs that someone is draining your spiritual energy. You feel drained. After spending time with this person, you feel more tired than usual. Now, let's dive into that a bit deeper. Have you ever noticed that after hanging out with a certain someone, you feel as though you've just run a marathon, even though all you did was sit and chat? That's a sign you might be dealing with an energy vampire. These individuals can leave you feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally drained. You might find yourself yawning more, your eyelids growing heavy, your body feeling like it's been weighed down. It's as if your energy is being siphoned off, leaving you empty and exhausted. And this isn't just about feeling a bit sleepy after a long day. It's a deep, bone-tired weariness that doesn't seem to let up, even after a good night's sleep. This could permeate into your daily life, affecting your productivity, your mood, and your overall well-being. If you're often tired around this person, they might be an energy vampire. You often feel negative or down after interacting with them. Now let's talk about mood shifts. You know that feeling when you've been in a great mood and then all of a sudden, you're plunged into a sea of negativity. That's an energy vampire at work. Their negativity, their pessimism, it's like a dark cloud that overshadows your sunshine. They don't just drain your energy, they can change the very color of your thoughts. You start seeing the world through a gray lens, your optimism seeping away drip by drip. And it's not just a fleeting feeling. This negativity lingers. It sticks around like an unwanted guest, turning your once vibrant world into a dull monochrome. These energy vampires, they don't just take, they give too. They give you their pessimism, their negativity, their doubts, and you're left wondering, why am I feeling this way? If your mood often drops around them, you may be dealing with an energy vampire. You feel stressed or anxious. You feel stressed or anxious around this person. Have you ever found yourself feeling unusually stressed or anxious around a certain individual, even when there's no obvious cause for such unease? This could be a red flag that you're in the company of an energy vampire. Energy vampires, as Dolores explained, have a knack for triggering these feelings. They create an atmosphere where stress and anxiety thrive, often without you realizing it. Imagine your energy as a serene, tranquil lake. An energy vampire is like a stone thrown into that lake, disturbing the calm with ripples of stress and anxiety. You might not see the stone, but you certainly feel the ripples. The key is to tune into your feelings when you're around this person. If your heart rate increases, if your palms become sweaty, if there's a knot in your stomach, These could be signs that your energy is being drained. If you're often anxious around this person, they might be draining your energy. You feel uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable in their presence, even if you can't explain why. It's like a nagging feeling in your gut, a prickling sensation on your skin. You can't quite put your finger on it, but something feels off when they're around. You might chalk it up to their demeanor, their tone of voice, or perhaps even the way they look at you. But deep down, you know it's more than that. You're uneasy, restless, agitated. It's as though your very spirit is trying to tell you something, sending you a warning. This discomfort isn't just about physical or emotional unease. It's a sign that your energy is being siphoned off, that you're in the company of an energy vampire. They might not be doing anything obviously wrong, yet their presence sends a chill down your spine. If you're often uncomfortable around them, they might be an energy vampire. You feel overwhelmed by their needs or problems. Imagine being in a boat, but the person you're with keeps drilling holes in the hull. You're constantly scooping out water, trying to stay afloat, but it's never enough. This is what it feels like to be with an energy vampire. Their needs and problems are like those holes in your boat, and you're left feeling overwhelmed, constantly bailing out water just to stay afloat. They often burden you with their issues, turning every conversation into a monologue about their troubles. You become a sounding board, an emotional dumping ground for their woes. It's as if their problems become yours, their needs become your responsibility. You're left feeling like you're drowning in their issues, unable to breathe. This constant state of emotional turmoil is exhausting, depleting your energy and leaving you feeling drained. If you're often overwhelmed by their problems, they might be draining your energy. You often feel guilty or responsible for their happiness. Now, this is a big one. Energy vampires have a knack for making you feel as though their happiness, their success, their whole emotional well-being is hinged on you. This is their way of manipulating your energy, your emotions, and your time. They want you to feel responsible for them so they can feed off of your energy. You might find yourself feeling guilty when you can't meet their demands, when you can't make them happy, or when you just want to focus on yourself for a change. And let's be clear, it's not your job to make anyone else happy. Your happiness is not the currency others should use to buy their own. Remember, guilt is a powerful emotion. It can drive us to do things we wouldn't normally do, and it can drain our energy rapidly. If you're often feeling guilty around them, they might be an energy vampire. You feel the need to fix them. You often feel the need to fix them or their problems. It's as if you're drawn into a labyrinth, a maze of their issues, their mess, their drama. It's compelling, it's fascinating, it's exhausting. You find yourself in the role of the rescuer, the therapist, the problem solver. You're the knight in shining armor, charging headlong into the fray. But wait, isn't it intriguing how it's always their dragons you're slaying, their damsels you're rescuing? It's a subtle trap, one that energy vampires are adept at setting. They create a whirlpool of chaos around them, pulling you in, making you feel responsible for their well-being. But remember, it's not your job to fix them. It's not your duty to carry their burdens. You have your own journey, your own battles to fight. If you're often feeling like you need to fix them, they might be draining your energy. To sum up, these are the 7 signs that someone might be draining your energy. In this vast universe of ours, there are individuals who unknowingly feed off the energy of those around them. These energy vampires can leave you feeling drained, negative, stressed, anxious, uncomfortable, overwhelmed, guilty, and with a compulsive need to fix them. The first sign is feeling drained. After spending time with this person, you might feel like you've run a marathon, even if you've just been sitting on the couch. It's as if they've siphoned off your vitality, leaving you depleted and exhausted. Next, you may notice a sharp turn toward negativity. Your normally sunny disposition is clouded over with pessimism and cynicism. You might find yourself complaining more, criticizing more, and generally viewing life through a darker lens. The third sign is a heightened sense of stress or anxiety. This is not the usual ebb and flow of everyday stresses, but a constant gnawing tension that only seems to surface in the presence of this particular individual. Feeling uncomfortable is the fourth sign. It's an inexplicable unease, a sense of being off, a gut feeling that something isn't quite right. The fifth sign is an overwhelming sense of being burdened. You might feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, a heavy load that only seems to increase around this person. Feeling guilty is the sixth sign. This person has a way of making you feel responsible for their happiness or misery. You're always apologizing, always feeling like you're not doing enough. Lastly, you might feel an intense need to fix them. You become consumed by their problems, their issues become your issues, their battles become your battles. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards protecting your energy and maintaining your well-being. It's about setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and understanding that you are not responsible for other people's energy. Remember, your energy is precious. Recognize the signs, protect yourself, and don't let anyone drain your energy.